Hey everybody, thank you for stopping by my channel. This is Ashley and thank you for stopping here one more time. I gotta say it, thank you for stopping here. So today we are talking about the Natasha Denona Gold Palette, or commonly known around YouTube as Natasha Denona, okay? So she's known as Natasha Denona because her eyeshadow palettes are super expensive, okay? And a lot of people are like, why are they so expensive? So I digress. I picked up the Natasha Denona Gold Palette, and this is the story. So if you don't know me, I'm always finagling a way to get something, okay? I'm not really trying to spend that same amount of money. You might think I'm spending that money, but I really haven't. So I use my Ebates. I got my payout from my Ebates, and that's what I used to purchase the palette. So my check was about $80. So $129 minus $80 is a lot better than getting 20% off. So that's why I purchased the palette now. So to make the palette a lot more economical for me, and I would think saving $80 on that palette made it worthwhile. So once again, I use my Ebates, and if you don't know what Ebates is, I implore you to check it out. But I do think I'm going to make another video about what I do to save money and to buy makeup. Or when I'm buying makeup, how do I catch a deal, you know, to make it more affordable. So, like I said, I picked up the Natasha Denona Gold palette, and so this palette has been kind of intriguing me. I wasn't quite sure about it. You know, I've never tried a big Natasha Denona palette before. I've tried two of the minis, which have mixed reviews. I tried the mini Lila, which I do like the color schemes, and I have the mini Star palette. They're just okay. So I've been watching people's videos around YouTube, and I'm like, the gold palette is really getting good reviews. So Kinky Sweat has like a couple looks up with it, of course Mel Thompson, and then Kelsey Brianna J did a video where she ranked like all her Natasha Denona palettes, from like even the minis up to like the Star palette, the Lila, the Sunset, and this palette was like close to the top. So here it is here, and it has like that leather binding over the palette. It's gorgeous. It says Natasha Denona, and it's the gold palette. Now I'm not exactly sure if this palette is limited edition. It was part of like kind of like the holiday release section, but you know, holiday releases this year was like, okay, there is no fall makeup, we're straight to holidays. Oh, summer over, holiday makeup. So this palette actually became available on October 1st at Sephora.com, and then of course you can pick it up from her her website as well. So like I said, the palette costs $129, and it's a palette, and it has 15 brand new eyeshadows. I'm actually getting my information from the Sephora app right now. So it has 15 brand new eyeshadow shades in the classic signature Natasha Denona formulas, including matte, metallic, sparkling, and duochrome shades, which I find to be true. Now I don't know what the signature formula is. This is my first time trying a standard palette by her. So the palette is a debut of gold shades in an array of different textures, which I definitely agree on that. It also includes browns and greens to complement any of the gold hues. So I'm really loving that. Of course, I have on one of the duochrome shades now. That was one of the shades that was just calling me to even get the palette in the first place. I love that it had the teals, which I have here, in the sparkly teal. I think this palette is gorgeous. And you know, when you think about it, it's like, I really don't need another gold eyeshadow, but you know, it's gorgeous. I mean, I couldn't help it. It's done in a different way. So that's what makes the palette unique, that, you know, they are gold eyeshadows, but they have a lot of different textures. They do have duochrome. Like this is the shade I'm wearing right here on this lid that I demo for you, in this shade right here. These are my crease, these two shades, and then this duochrome shade here. I think it's fabulous that you don't have a black. I don't really care for all of what time having a black to deepen up a look. So I love that they have the shade Viper, which is a nice satin matte situation, and then you have the shade Mustard, which is a nice, I'm sorry, it's Dijon, which is a nice mustard shade, and then you do have some mid-tone browns right here to bring the crease out. Now I do think that these two could probably be a different shade. You know, like this shade did seem to be a little bit darker. I have it right out here, but I think these two shades are very close together, so I do kind of wish that she had put another color there. Maybe she could have done a fun green matte, like a dark forest green matte, or I don't know, just maybe a white gold shade. I don't know, just something else other than these two browns that are pretty much similar. So like I said, this is the first. So you get this palette right here, and it has the shade names over, which is true Natasha Denona fashion for what I have seen in person and floating around YouTube. And then you have a nice mirror here, and it does have a little seal protector so you can't pop that out. And I'm not exactly sure if these shades are magnetic where you can pop it out. I know that in the past, like in the Tropic palette and the Safari palette, you can pop them out to make your own kind of Z palette situation, or if you didn't want to be bothered with this type of packaging. So I'm not exactly sure. But I think one of the main reasons why I've never tried Natasha Denona before is because I just felt like every time I looked at a review, her brand was never consistent. So when I say that, it's like everybody's like complaining about the formula. She's always saying that the formula is different. This is a new formula that she's testing out. And I just feel like the palettes that sometimes I was interested in, like people were not enjoying the formula. And my thing is, for a palette that costs $129, your formula needs to be on point, you know. So Natasha Denona is actually a makeup artist, but when I think about Pat McGrath and Natasha Denona, like I don't mind finagling my way to get a Pat McGrath palette or a mini Pat McGrath palette, which would be like the 6-pan palettes, just because like her formula, Pat McGrath's formula, is very consistent all the time. You're going to get what you pay for. And I just don't feel like it's the same way with Natasha Denona. Like everybody, I've watched several countless reviews on her products, and everybody's like, this one's crumbly, this one doesn't blend out, this one is patchy. Like even the cranberry 5-pan palette, I wanted to get that for a holiday, but I put it back because everybody was saying like, yes, this one kind of shimmer shade is great, but the other two palette shades that are mattes are duds. So you know, when you have an expensive brand, your quality has to be there. You cannot charge people all this type of money and then question the quality. And I just don't want to be running back to return anything that's not even really my style. So I try to make for certain that I want to purchase something before I purchase it. Not to mention, who wants to be dealing with all of that? And the Sephora is really in my area. Like they're in downtown Chicago. So then I'm paying to park, or I gotta find a meter space, walk a couple blocks, take an Uber. So it's too much. So I need to know what I'm getting versus, you know, Pat McGrath. I can always depend on that. And maybe I just don't like the color selection, and that is what it is. Because I'm not saying I love everything that she does, but I'm just saying that is my rationale for my comparisons. Like, is it worth my time and the effort and the money? And if your formula is not always on par, I just can't see it. But like I said, this formula has been getting very good reviews. So I do a demo for you. This is just my first impression, but so far, I mean, I'm just going to spoil it for you. I'm sorry. But you can see how I did the demo. I'm very pleased to how this look came out. So I will go ahead and do some swatches for you, and then stay tuned for the demo. Bye. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the swatches. So first we have Lime Chrome. Then we have Aurora. I'm going to build that up one more time for you. Then we have Brass. Brass is more of a chunkier formula. Now we have Python. I'm going to build it up for you. Then we have Dijon. I'm going to try to build that up for you again. We have Sparks. This is like more of a sheer shade, but it has that nice white gold reflectives. We have Oral. Then we have Alchemist. Then we have Aria. We have Log. Then we have Teak. Of course, I'm running out of room, per usual. Then we have Cava. Oh man, that's very pretty too. Then we have Varus. And then we have Aria. So there you go. These are the swatches. So pretty. So there are a couple things about the palette that I did kind of forget to mention as to why I was so excited telling you about why I purchased the palette. So on the unicarton that I have right here, so this is the box that it actually comes in, and on the back it actually has the ingredients of all of the shades. And this palette is formulated without parabens, so I know a lot of people are sensitive to that. And then it is made in Italy, and once it's open, it's good for 24 months, and it is not tested on animals, so it's cruelty free. So I wanted to share that with you guys right here with the back with the ingredients. And then on the back it also just has like how long it's good for, and it's a little small sticker right here. And then also with the swatches, you may just be wondering, like this shade Python, it blends up and it builds out very well. Like I have it on my inner corner, and I just actually blended it out so it wasn't so strong as you'll see in the demo. And then, sorry, trying to here. The shades are pretty pigmented. Now I can't testify for like the latter half of the palette, which would be the half towards the end of my swatches, but overall I did not have a problem. That's this part right here that I did not touch, but overall I did not have a problem using any of these shades. So on to the demo. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into this demo. I'm excited to jump in and see what all the hype is about. So of course we have the gold palette here, and my eyebrows are filled in using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer in the shade Caramel. And then my eyes are primed with the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Caffeine. Okay, so I just had to put my pillow down because I'm short, so you guys can see my mouth, and I wasn't like, so I'm going to fill in my brows. So, you know I'm short. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. So, I'm going to go ahead and dip into this palette. I'm excited. I do not know what to expect because this is my first time trying anything from Natasha Denona. Actually, that is her her big palettes. I've tried 2 of the minis. They were okay. I have the mini Lila and a mini Star palette. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take with my Sephora crease brush. This is the number 10 brush, and I'm going to go ahead and start. Oh, the names are up above. Okay, let me get it for you guys. So I think I'm going to start with Sandstone, which is this color. Then I'm going to go to this mustard color, and that's Dijon. It's very fitting. So go ahead, pick it up. And you do have some kick up in the pan. Not sure if you can see it. It's not terrible, but you do have some pick up in the pan. So go ahead and get started. And I'm just placing this kind of above the crease right here, giving definition. And I'm just going to be careful. I'm going to pick up the pickup. Pick up the kick up. Does that make sense? Pick up the kick up. Kind of sounds like cheaper to keep her, huh? So I'm just going back and forth. Windshield wiper motions. This is my first color. I was like very curious about this palette. So let's see. First shade, I'm here for it. Okay. So I got the first shade down. And it does do something. Sometimes, you know, you don't think a lot of these browns do anything for your look, but they really do add a lot of definition. Like, they really just made that bone prominent for me right here. That's right above my crease. Just kind of winging it out a little bit and then going back over. And I'm going to keep that same brush, and now I'm going to go in with Dijon, which is right here. And go ahead and pick up. Let's see. Yeah. Let's kick up. When I look at everybody's Natasha Denona palettes, everybody's palettes are like always a mess. I just went back in a little bit more. Okay, I haven't taken the plastic off the mirror in the palette. I'm like, can you see Dijon? Okay, you can kind of see it. Just kind of wanted it to be a little bit more mustardy. I think my first color that I actually put down first was actually a little bit darker than the Dijon, but I haven't even swatched this palette, you guys. So I'm like, this is like a true dip in. I like swatched this color. Oh, it has a, okay, I knew I had to do a chrome shift, but it's like kind of pink right here. See? Green, gold, yellow, pinky. And these two shades I swatched, and that was not even like a real swatch. It was just, let's just see. Am I going to use this? Okay, so I have those two colors down. We're looking like this right now at the moment, if you can see. And I have to pick up this shade Python, like this one right here. Like, I have to see. And I'm actually going to go in, found it, with this new Sephora brush that I picked up during the sale. And this is the Pro Drawing Shadow Brush. So you see it's very fine. And this is the number 41. And I'm going to go in with Python. Pick it up. Pigmented. It's on the brush well. And I'm going to place it in that crease. And I'm going to kind of angle it up that way. So I'm going to go this way towards the end of my brow. What's nice about this brush, it gives you the blend, but it also gives you like the precision you need. So I'm just going back and forth, subtle subtle windshield wiper motions. Clearly I cannot talk. Okay, this shade is applying nice. With this brush, if you see skipping right here, is like all my shadows skip right there. I'll go back and blend it out. It's something about how the primer hits my skin right there. Let's see. Am I liking that? It's like I need to blend a little bit right there. Sometimes when you look at yourself direct on, you're like, need to fix that. And I'm bringing a little bit down here in this corner. I really love how like this turquoise or this Python shade teal is your darker deepening out color. I think at this point we have seen enough blacks in the palette, and y'all know I'm here for it when there's another color to deepen out. Okay, so I'm going to put that brush down for a moment. I'm going to go in with my, y'all know it's about to fall, because you know that's what I do. I drop stuff. When I'm filming, I turn into the clumsiest person ever known to man. Seriously, I can't. So, MAC 224 blending brush, going over there, making sure it's smooth, making sure this little area is smooth. I'm not looking crazy, blending it out a little bit more, because like I said, that brush is a little bit more precision, which I do appreciate, because Sometimes it's hard to like get your colors to lay over. You just end up with one big old color. You be like, I wanted it to be like a gradient, and then with your big brushes you just end up with all these different colors. Okay, I'm gonna dip in a little bit with this brush. Tap off the excess. I'm really digging the packaging of this palette. I think this gold packaging is very pretty, very sleek, very shiny. Okay, so I am happy there. So, I have to play with these two shimmers. So I have to. Yeah, I got to, right? Yeah. Okay, so these are a little bit grittier shimmers. So let's see. Actually, I think I'm going to take for this turquoise shade right here, which is this turquoise shimmer. That's Aurora. So that's the shade right here. I'm going to use this Urban Decay Moon Dust shadow brush, and this is their E210. They formulated just for the moon dust shadow, so it should pick up a shimmer quite nice in this particular shimmer. Picking it up right here, and it is picking up, and it's not a light kick out. It's staying. So this is what it's looking like on the brush. You see it there. I'm going to pat that in that corner. Oh yeah. Okay, that's nice. It didn't even wet it. Just a tiny bit of fallout. Nothing major. Okay. So now, since I'm having so much luck with this Moon Dust brush, I'm just going to kind of flip it over. I did wipe it off in my color switch, but I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to go in with the Lime Chrome. I'm so excited about this shade. Please let it be everything I wanted it to be, please. Don't let me down. Does anybody else say eyeshadow prayers like me? Please. Okay, not bad. I think we need to wet it. It's picking up. It is on the brush, so as you can see. But I think this shade is a little bit sheerer in its defense. Okay, so I'm going to pick it up, pick up some more right there. I'm just going to kind of build that shade up. I'll pick a lot up on my brush. And I'm going to go ahead with my, take my Fix Plus, which is right here. I'm going to go ahead and spray my brush. And that should really do the trick. I hope I got the brush and not like sprayed the air. Oh yeah, the Fix Plus, it really helps it. It really, really helps it. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. I wonder how this shade will be like over a green. One day I have to have a playtime with you guys to see what we can discover with our palettes. You know, I like mixing palettes. And then I'm going to go in with just a tiny bit more. That one doesn't have any kick up either. Ooh. It's pretty. I'm going to make sure that kind of blends in there. And I'm just wiping my brush off in my switch. And then I need something kind of cool for our inner corner highlight. Let's try this shade right here. I know it's a little chunkier. Let's see what it is. It's called Sparks. So this is the shade Sparks right here. I'm just going to pick up a tiny bit. This palette's kind of heavy, y'all. I'm like, whew. It got a little weight on it. Okay, so it's kind of operating like that other shade. I'm just going to put a little dab right there. And I mean, it does something. It adds a little bit. Oh, sorry. Let me get a focus. It adds a little bit right there. It is a pretty shade, though. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye and, you know, get my face going, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back and I have the look together. I love this. I'm like, whoo, yes, I'm here for it. It is pretty. I think it's pulling a bit more green because of the dual chrome shift on the monitor, but to me, I see the green, the dual chrome, and then I see the teal. I like this palette so far. I've only used like what? So far I've only used, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shades out of 15. But so far I like this. So I just went ahead and added my liquid liner. I'm sorry, I just like skipped through it because I was just like, oh, this look is popping. I used my liquid liner, the NYX liquid liner in the vinyl. I put on Bad Girl Bang mascara, a little bit Too Faced concealer, spot conceal, and of course the good old Trophy Wife. I thought Trophy Wife was like kind of fitting for this look, and you know it's definitely yellow and sparkly, and you know Trophy Wife looks like this, not Trophy Life. And I couldn't figure out what to do with my lips, so I just did a good old 90s lip, which was Chestnut and Fenty Gloss Bomb. But so far I'm liking. And my palette doesn't look a mess. Like, I look at everybody's reviews on Natasha Denona and I'm like, their palette looks so powdery. It's sparkles and glitter everywhere. But I'm liking that these two shades are not like that. So overall, I'm impressed. This is just a very first impression. I still haven't played with these shades. I haven't played with this whole half of this palette. These two columns right here. I haven't even played with that. And barely with this middle row. But so far what I've used of these two, this one, and this, I'm really appreciating this in the inner corner. Oh my goodness. I just want to do like a look where I maybe put Python all over the lid and put this over it. I think that would be such a pretty combination. I don't know. I'm excited for this. So even though like you're like, okay, it's all gold, they're exciting golds, and the fact that you have this dual chrome right here and this sparkly teal, there isn't a black. We have enough blacks. We don't need a black to deepen our look. Right now I'm very happy about my purchase. So let me know what you think. Do you like the look? Do you have the palette? Have you picked up the palette? Are you thinking about getting the palette? Does this change your views any type of way? I would love to know. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe to my channel because I would love to have you here on my team. And you know, I'm gonna do a little dance for you. That's my chair dance for you. Does that persuade you to subscribe to my channel? But I thank you for stopping by, and I will see you next time. And you know, I have another video for you very soon. Goodbye, YouTube.